Congratulations! You have just been notified that your research project has received funding. Now, Research Accounting has emailed you requesting that you submit your final budget and a signed copy of the Signing Authority form by completing the Research Accounting form. Following the steps outlined in the email, I will walk you through the process of locating, creating, and submitting the new event called Research Accounting Form. The first step is to log into TRAQ Researcher Portal. From here, click on Applications Submitted Post-Review to access your approved files. If you are the PI for the file requiring the Research Accounting Form, then you would click on this link under Role Principal Investigator. If you are a project team member, such as co-investigator or research coordinator, then you would click on this link under Role Project Team Member. The next step is to identify the file that requires a Research Accounting Form. You will find the number at the top and in the body of the email that was sent to you by Research Accounting. If you have several files, use the search filters to find your file. For example, I will type the file number directly into the search filter. Select equal to for the filter to see only the file I need to access. Once you have found the file, click on Events to access all the event forms available for grants and contracts, including the Research Accounting form. At the top of the screen is the Create New Event section. Here, you can see all of the available event forms for this file, as well as a brief description of each form. Directly below that section, you will find the file number, as well as the project title. In the section called Saved Events, you will see any event form you have created but not submitted yet. This section will only be visible if you have any unsubmitted events. Finally, the Submitted Events section displays the event forms that you have already submitted for this file, including the date of submission and the status of the event. Please note that the event called New Approval Process was automatically generated by TRAQ when you submitted the TRAQ DSS or Agreement Review form. To create the Research Accounting form, go to the Create New Event section at the top of the page. Place your cursor on the name of the event form and click once on the hyperlink. To complete the form, navigate to the Research Accounting Form tab and answer the 3 questions contained on this tab. For example, if you have been asked for a copy of your final budget, then you should answer yes to question 1.1. Remember to complete and attach the Signing Authority form. PIs must complete the top section of the form even if they are not delegating signing authority or granting portal access to a team member. Finally, in question 1.3, you are asked to indicate whether the project has a soft or firm end date. More details regarding this question is available in the blue Info tab. Once you have answered all the questions on this tab, please click on the Save button at the top of the form. Remember, there is no automatic save feature with TRAQ, so you should click the Save button often. You will also notice that the Errors tab disappears once I save the form, as all required questions, the ones marked with a red asterisk, have been answered. Please note that the Research Accounting form must be submitted by the PI as instructed at the top of the tab. While any of the project team members may create and complete the form, they should not click the Submit button. Research Accounting will not accept a form submitted by one of the project team members. The next step is to go to the Attachments tab to download, complete, save, and attach the final budget template and the Signing Authority Portal Access form to your Research Accounting form. You will find both documents at the bottom of the screen, just above the Add Attachment button. Place your cursor over the name of the form and click once on the hyperlink to download it to your computer. The budget template is an Excel spreadsheet, while the signing authority form is a fillable PDF. Once you have completed the signing authority form, you will need to print it, collect the required signatures, scan it, and save it to your computer. Any questions regarding the budget template or the signing authority form should be directed to Research Accounting. To attach a document to your event form, click on the Add Attachment button at the bottom of the form and follow these steps. Click on the Browse button to locate the document you need to attach. Then double-click on the document to be attached. For the version date, select the current date by using the calendar icon. Select the document type from the Doc Agreement drop-down menu. Finally, click on Add Attachment to complete the process. Once you have answered all the questions on the form and attached all of the required documents, the form is ready to be submitted. If you are the PI, please click the yellow Submit button at the top of the form. If you are a project team member, then you should click on the Save and Close buttons and ask the PI to review the form and submit it. To submit the form, the PI will log into their own researcher portal and follow the same steps described earlier in this video. Click on Applications Submitted Post-Review under Role Principal Investigator, locate the file, and click on Events. The unsubmitted Research Accounting form will be in the Saved Events section. If there are several unsubmitted event forms, please give your PI the event reference number. From here, the PI would click on the Edit button to review the information provided, including the attachments, and finally submit the event form by clicking on the Submit button. The event form has now moved to the Submitted Events section. You can track its progress through the Event Status column. A newly submitted event will have a Submitted by Researcher status. An event under review will have a pending status. Finally, once the PeopleSoft project has been set up, the PI and Research Coordinator will receive a notification email from Research Accounting, and the event will have an active status. Please note that this process can take up to 10 business days. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video tutorial. Please contact the TRAQ Help Desk if you are having any issues accessing, completing, or submitting the Research Accounting form. Any questions regarding the two templates within the Research Accounting form or your research projects should be directed to Research Accounting.